exactly the number of properties sold by every single estate agent in Fife and the number of properties actually listed in the same week by every estate agent in Fife. This gives us a really good indication about where supply and demand is, and it gives you an indication about if you should be offering more than the home report or maybe even trying to get less than the home report. So let's take a look at some of the numbers across Fife this week. As you can see here in the Cooper area, there was 13 properties listed. There was 8 properties actually went under offer and sold in this week. The East Neuk area, 4 were actually listed, 3 were sold in the same period. St Andrews 4 versus 7 in a flurry. Now, where's that come from? Because St Andrews has never had that for ages. 4 properties listed last week in the week just past, and 17 actually sold or went under offer. I don't know what the rush was. I'm also going to be talking about the properties we've got coming on soon, so I'll be giving you an indication about that, and that's why you would follow our Facebook pages. But I'll get that in a wee minute, and we'll talk about this first. Levenmouth, 19 properties came onto the market last week, and 16 went under offer and were sold. Dunfermline 39 versus 48. Dunfermline outperforming the market again. Glenrothes 16 versus 10. That's actually quite a surprise for Glenrothes. Glenrothes has always been the other way around, but hey ho, it's only a blip. You know, 1 week doesn't make a trend, as one of my old managing directors used to say, with the KPIs in performance in manufacturing industry. Kirkcaldy 28 versus 38 sold. Again, Kirkcaldy outperformance. But you can see that 123 properties out of all the estate agents in Fife listed on Rightmove, and 140 actually went under offer and were sold. This tells us straight away, boom times are still here. Let's quickly look at the number of properties right across Fife at this moment in time, up for sale, right across Fife on Rightmove. 501. Over a year ago, before the pandemic, it was 1,200 properties. And the credit crunch, to give you an indication about where that is, it was 3,000 properties at the peak of the credit crunch in 2008. So that shows you it's a lot less now. So that's a recipe for a boom still. There's people chasing them all the time when you think about the logic of that. And that's where we are in terms of where the market is. So what do I suggest? If you're looking for a property, you need to be in there quick. So the key tips I can tell you to get in there quick is follow the estate agent's Facebook page. Because if they put anything on that page, hopefully they'll put there first. Ours always go onto our Facebook pages first. 4 to 5 working days before they actually hit any websites to go live on our social media pages first. So you have a golden opportunity to get in there first. We also have a VIP list. Yep. Which gives you priority access to properties that are potentially coming on, are in the pipeline. You need to register with us direct in order to get our VIP list. You can actually message us here direct, or you can contact us in our telephone numbers or office numbers, or you can email us at info@fifeproperties.co.uk to get on that VIP access list. If you're ready to go and you're in a position to proceed and you've got your mortgage in place and everything like that, you could get access to these properties way before they hit any Rightmove, prime location, and Zoopla. Okay. Another thing as well is it's quite interesting, because if you're looking at that, let's just jump back to that just now and have a look at this. This is quite an interesting statistic. There's 123 properties listed every week. There's 140 sold. Now, just bring that up for the month. If that's every single week, that's over 500 properties in the month. That's how many properties are on the market just now. So literally, every single estate agent in Fife is 1 month away from having no stock. That's how much demand there is. And all these people are out there still chasing. It is not going to go quiet into autumn and winter. Don't kid yourself. That will never happen. And the reason for that is because there's so much demand in the marketplace. Let me talk about a couple of articles first. Then I'm going to talk about the properties that we've actually just brought on or due in the pipeline. So yesterday we did a show on move or improve. I would personally say in this market, if you can stay and extend where you are, possibly that's the best course of action to save. But we went into major detail in that show, and the podcast is there as well, on the benefits of actually why you would need to move and why you would want to move and what to do when you actually move to get the best deals and to get the best opportunities out of there. So that's move or improve. We covered the size, the location. We also covered potentials like the rewards. You know, possibly you might have 2 houses and you're getting together and you decide to live in one of them, sell one of them. Possibly you might actually decide to sell both of them and buy a house for the both of you because it accommodates you. So these are all the things we actually went through in this show itself. The other article here is the Fife buy-to-let market. Listen, I can't impress so much on how property is a great investment. Go and ask your grandparents if they wish they had invested in property. You know what the answer is going to be. So where are you going to be when your grandchildren come to you and ask you, did you invest in property? It is the best performing asset class, bar none. And I know that. So I'll put that article on there and I will do a show about it during the week. I'll probably do a live show for it. Fife buy-to-let market on the rise as returns rise by 40.3% in the last 5 years. Buy-to-let has returned 40% in the last 5 years property investment. And that's just in Fife. 2,500 portfolio landlords are looking to add to the rent portfolio by the end of 2022. Fife house prices have actually risen by 22.6% than 5 years ago. In the last 5 years, they've risen by 22.6%. The rents today in Fife are 9.3% higher than a year ago, and they're 17.7% higher than 5 years ago. The average rent for a property in Fife is £637. I remember when I started it 30 years ago, average rent was £350. So it's almost doubled in that time. Okay. Yep, that's the article. Let me talk about the stuff that's coming on. Okay, let's get on with this. Let's jump on some of the things that I've actually sold, just to give you an indication about where you are. And if you've got similar properties to this, please feel free to contact us direct. Okay, so Allen Cottage in Mitchell Street is actually sold. It was a 3-bedroom cottage by the sea. So the new owners are delighted. They're going to be spending their retirement there with their grandchildren. Let's jump to the next one. In 6 days, this was sold for an offer they could not refuse. This was a 3-bedroom semi-detached house, and this was in Crail. Bishopgate and Cooper, another one. This was a 2-bedroom upper apartment. So that was a perfect one. So 2 weeks that sold. And Buckhaven, Eagle Road, that sold in 3 days for a record price for that area. Here we go again, record prices for that area. 3-bedroom terraced house, and Dyke Nook, that actually got sold from social media before we even got it on our website. So at literally 15 seconds into the live broadcast for this property, there was an offer made straight away, couldn't refuse it, and it was away. That's how important it is to actually follow our social media pages and everyone else's pages so you get the insight and straight away to the properties. Now, what's going to be coming soon? Listen out for this. Hogarth Drive in Cooper, 2-bedroom semi-detached house. Cooper Mills in Cooper, a 2-bedroom apartment. Holly Park in Cooper. Nethergate North in Crail. Gifford Court in Crail. Rowland Street in St Monans, 2-bedroom, 2-reception in Terraced. Warwick Bray in Glenrothes. Lawrence Street in Buckhaven. These are all properties that are going to be coming soon with us, so watch out for that again on our social media pages. Completed this week, Laurie Terrace in Leaven, 2-bedroom upper apartment. That's away. That was a delighted quick sale. The owners are thrilled to have their first family home. Methelhaven Road is a 3-bedroom upper apartment. The owner was delighted again. That was a good sale, a good price, and the current owners that have moved in, first-time buyers, have got their first new home. Dreelside and Anstruther, 3-bedroom terrace house, sold for 16% over the home report value. So it got a lot more. Okay, that was probably one of the first time a property in Dreelside has actually reached beyond the 200,000 mark. And it was sold in 7 days. 2 other people missed out on this property, a 3-bedroom terrace house. So if you've got a 3-bedroom terrace house, ex-local authority in the Dreelside area, contact us now. We have people looking to buy these types of properties. Okay, so finally, let's talk about our instant valuation tool. We put that on there every single time, our instant valuation tool, is to give you a good indication about what you think your house could be worth without actually even speaking to anyone. Sometimes you just don't want to speak to anyone. You don't want all the hassle. You don't want people saying, well, we've got to come and see your house and all the rest of it, or we need to get your data and your information. So we've got this valuation tool. It's an instant one. It takes about 50 seconds of that. You put your details in, you put the house in, you put the number of bedrooms in, and it gives you a good indication about where the value of your house is, for sales-wise and also for rental, if you're considering renting, or both. So it gives you a good indication of that. It gives you so that's the 3 different levels. More importantly, if your mortgage is due up for renewal, which I know some people are soon because I've been speaking to them this week. A classic example of that is their bank is desperate to roll their mortgage over onto a new deal when they move house and take it with them. But what I've said to them is, you've got to work out whether that's worth it to you, because when you took that out, the valuation of your house was a lot lower than it was. So you're going to take that mortgage, which proportionally will be a lot smaller than the new house that you're buying, because you're upsizing to it. So therefore, if you went for a mainstream mortgage again, you would probably get a better rate as a result of that and save yourself money. So even though you've got an early redemption penalty on that, it might make absolute sense, because you get a fixed rate deal maybe over 5 years at a far lower rate, that the benefit of the fixed rate deal might offset considerably any early repayment charge you've got on that. Now, what I would say is, don't take my advice for it. Speak to a mortgage broker. And if you need to speak to a mortgage broker, we're more than happy to put you in touch with our mortgage brokers and our preferred partners. They know exactly what I'm talking about. And generally, you could save money. Always get professional advice from the people that are in that business, because it's not the person standing next to you at the pub that's going to give you that advice. If they're not a financial advisor, or they're not a mortgage broker, it's got to be somebody that actually can give you that professional advice. And that's it for this week. So if you need more information, please feel free to message us direct. And until next week, guys, I'm Jim Parker for Fife Properties TV.